Well, he's a little larger than he was the last time I seen him in it. So, but no, I'm going to be very happy to have him here. I know for a fact that, you know, I've coached him once, but, you know, ever since he was 3 or 4. But this is going to be a especially for me because I'm going to have to deal with him, Larkin, and Dion, and so we're going to have a lot of fun this year. All I expect him to do is go out and play hard and do what he did. And, you know, if he does what he has been doing the last 11 years, I think everybody will appreciate that anyway. So that's all I want him to do. And like I said, he came here because this is the place that made him the happiest. And this is where he wanted to be because he was happy. And my mother was one of the reasons. But I just think that, you know, it was his decision on coming here. He had a lot of decision making. It took a lot of planning, but the long run, you know, he's here. I'm happy he's here, and I'm going to enjoy it. I really am. I'm going to have a lot of fun with it.
Ken Sr., does it make you proud to have raised a son who's the one maybe who draws the line and takes less money and makes a statement for professional athletes?
Well, I'm just proud to have a son that is just made a decision on how happy he wants to be, him and his family. So that's more important to me than any of the money and all that stuff. You know, I mean, it was never, like I said, it was never about money. I used to tell him all the time when I played, the situation was the first and the 15th was always a bonus. And playing the game when you were little and enjoying the game when you played for nothing, you know, I think that's the way he looks at it. And just because he took less, you know, I don't think you look at him as a hero. It's just that he wanted to be himself, and that's the way he looks at life. You know, enjoying, having fun, and making sure everybody in his family is okay.
Plus, I got a built-in babysitter.
Kenny, since this story broke 3 months ago, have you been monitoring the situation here in Cincinnati at all?
Well, I get some stuff from people who live in Cincinnati on my emails, and back in Seattle. I live by Larkin, so he's always, hey, let's go. I'm like, I can't do anything. But now that it's over with, you know, I'm happy.
What are you going to miss most about Seattle?
Miss most? I've got so many friends there. You know, Jay, Edgar, Alex, Dan, you know, Rick Griffin, Tom Newberg. You know, these are the guys that I grew up with, basically. And, you know, it's tough. I'm going to have to learn a new system. But, you know, I've got my dad here, and I know Barry. So hopefully the adjustment is a little easier. But I have no problems with the Mariners front office. You know, I know you guys heard a lot of rumors that I was fighting all night and wondering about, you know, but no, I was up playing golf, taking the kids to school, things like that, doing the things that, you know, as a parent I should do.
Kenny, is it important you to have Barry Larkin here the next 3 or 4 years?
Yeah, that was one of the reasons why I came here. Barry, I went to school with Byron, and Barry has a son, Shane, who is a little older than Trey. But you know, I look forward to having them run around the locker room like we ran around the locker room when my dad played.
Was that part of the deal at all that Larkin would be here? Was that an understanding on your part?
Well, he's been here so long, and you know, we'll see what happens. I mean, hopefully he's here. You know, but some people have to make decisions on their own, and like I made a decision to come here.
Did you say whether your family will live in Florida or move up here?
Well, we'll end up still living in Florida. Yeah, they sort of like the pool.
Can you talk about the negotiating process? Were you worried about giving up too much advantage to the Reds?
That you'd have to talk to my agent.
I need 2 gallons.
Ken, how about joining an already potent lineup with Bichette, Larkin, Reese, and Casey?
I just want to contribute any way I can. These guys did it last year without me, and you know, I just want to help out, you know, when needed.
Kenny, what do you think of when you think of the Cincinnati Reds?
What do I think of them?
Yeah, I mean, as having grown up with them, what images come to your mind?
Growing up, it was all about family. You know, when the Reds won, you know, we ran in the locker room and took bats, gloves, balls, and went out and did whatever. You know, when the loss, we were upset because we couldn't go see our dads and get the bubble gum and the red pop and things like that.
Did you ever think this would not happen?
You just never know. You know, my wife Melissa just said, "Hey, just hang in there."
I never did.
But she was just like, just, you know, don't let them drive you crazy. That's what they want you to do, is be miserable. Just go out there. And my dad just kept saying, hey, you know, you have a job somewhere, just do what you normally do.
What would be like if you had to go back to Seattle? That's all around?
No, I haven't thought about it. It'd be tough for a couple of days, you know, and then go out there and do what I'm supposed to, and that's play baseball. And that's all I really wanted to do.
Is there anything you'd like to say now to the fans of Seattle?
You know, for 11 years, you know, they supported us. And, you know, it's tough. And some people don't like the decisions that people make, but in the best interest of my family, I felt that you know, I needed to be somewhere else.
Can you imagine what it's going to be like on opening day, walking back and watching?
Be a little nervous. Well, I shouldn't say a little, a whole lot. You know, I have a few friends here, family, so I think I'll be all right.
To what extent do you think Brian got this done?
Well, while I was playing golf.
Brian?
And by the way, my friends like when Brian calls me during golf, because I go par, birdie, then he'll call, then I go bogey, double bogey, triple bogey. So they said, you know, anytime that you're negotiating, have Brian call you. But, you know, it's, you know, that's what I pay him for, is to handle the situation, you know, so I don't have to, and so I can do the two things that I like to do, play baseball and then hang out with the family.
Mr. Linder, can you address what it was in the numbers that finally convinced you that this was the deal that you wanted to make?
I don't know how to answer that. They were satisfactory to both sides, and I think it's the answer.
Did you see it more as a business deal or as a gift to the city, or a little of both?
Tough question, little of both. Little more to the city, probably. Just in the way I hate my
I'm
living.
sweating.
We're ending here now. I mean, a 9-year contract. Do you think that you'll play out your career here in Cincinnati? You think that's the way it'll work out?
That's
That's
I didn't
the
want
plan.
I didn't want to move around. You know, I didn't want to be 1 year here, then have to go somewhere else. I want to be able to stay put, and that was the biggest thing, is I didn't want to have to go to some team and then end up coming here later on. So I just made up my mind is that I go to Cincinnati or I go back to Seattle, and then the next year we'll see what happens.
Couple more before somebody passes out.
John Goldberg, if I might ask you a question. Talking about the dynamics of this situation and how this is likely to, will it have a ripple effect, or will people say this was a one-shot deal, the planets aligned just right, aside from this, salaries will continue to escalate? Or is this where the line is in the wrong?
So you're saying then if the Players Union gives me a hard time, I have a job at Channel 9? Is that what you're saying? No, I mean, this wasn't meant to be some trendsetter. I mean, this was the right situation for Kenny. You know, it's not right for me to speak on behalf of other players and what their priorities are. Obviously, you got to find that right balance. You want the player to be treated fairly, but by the same token, you want the fans to still be able to come out, because without the fans coming out and things getting priced too far out of line, there's no game. So you got to strike that balance.
Well, I think they pretty much know how important it is. I mean, he comes in with the ring like this and scratching his head, things like that. The stuff he does to me, he does to the guys. What?
I haven't done that.
Not lately.
That's okay. I don't even have the ring.
Not today.
Yeah, I have to borrow though.
I mean, that's.
Matter of fact, you want to borrow one? Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll give it to Trey.
Rent. You'll be renting this one.
This is the punishment that I get all the time.
At
At home.
Have you thought about the emotion of going onto the field for the first time, the field your dad played on?
Been on that field a couple of times. They told you it beat us 12-0.
As a professional, no.
First time.
He might have to run out there with me.
Oh, no.
But no, it's going to be fun. I mean, this is the moment that I've been waiting for, is to play where my dad played.
Ken, what's the one message you'd like to tell the fans who are looking to you like as a savior here? I mean, the day the lines were tied up, fans buying tickets left and right. What's the one thing you'd like to tell the fans here? I'm
just happy to be home. I've been in Seattle for 11 years, actually 13 years. Since '87, when I went to Bellingham, and I'm just happy to be here, standing here, in the uniform that I first put on and watched my dad play in. Now, does this mean I get to play in the father and son game?
No.
I look forward to becoming the all-time home run king.
Do I look forward? No, I don't set goals. I've never set goals. What I try to do is just keep adding on, and at the end of the year, that's it. If you set a goal and then you reach it, with maybe 3-4 weeks left in the season, then you got to try to set a new goal. And I just try to keep adding on and adding on. When they say that's it, that was your last game, then that's when I look back.
Jim, John Allen, what kind of thing your father's been mentioned as a managerial candidate? Sometime down the line for that.
No. I mean, this
So
is.
I play English.
He's my dad, and a decision would be up to him on what he wants to do. Hopefully he gets that job here, so I can send my son into his office and get the red pop that I want. But he's been around baseball, for 20+ years, and he knows what it takes to become a manager. Just an opportunity. He just has to get that opportunity.
Last one, folks.
John, what kind of economic impact do you think this is going to have on the organization?
That's not my question.
Well, I mean, I'll be honest with you. We don't know that answer till we get the response of the fans. Obviously, over the last 8 weeks, 2 months, 3 months, we've been hearing, get Junior, bring him home, and we're coming out. And if today's any indication, they're going to respond. So I can't stand here and tell you what the economic impact is. It's up to the fans to determine what that is. But again, I can't compliment Junior and his agent enough for the way they worked with us on the economics of the deal. We think it's very important for what it does for the game and for the city of Cincinnati. But to answer your question initially, it's the fans got to tell us what the economic impact is going to be.
Thank you, folks. I know John will probably be around a little. I know we're going to John's office right now. He'll be around for a few questions. Jim might be around for very, very few because he's in our traveling party, but we'd like to thank you all for coming. Jody, Petty, John, can you help these folks get out this door right here? Thank you, folks.